Alexander Hernandez, um, he's gonna fight in the prelims or early prelims. I think he's coming back from a win. His last
Alexander
fight,
Hernandez. I don't know about this kid, man. Talks a lot of shit,
I think
and he doesn't deliver.
not. I think he lost. I think he won his last fight, but it was a decision or something.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think it was
remember.
a decision, but it's I get it in terms of like a win streak, in terms of having a win on your record. I understand, but I don't recall it being a dominant win. I don't even think it's a dominant win. Let me just kind of. It wasn't even a win. It was a KO. Drew Dober. I think that's the guy with the fucked up lip who was in Spain or some shit.
No, no, that's Ian. The one you're talking about is Ian Heinisch. Drew Dober is the stocky wrestler.
Yeah, he
He's a
knocked
veteran.
him out the last time. He knocked Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah, I remember. I remember he almost knocked him out. Then he knocked him out like completely,
Yeah,
because
that's I
Alexander
remember the
Hernandez
fight.
went down. Then he stood up. Then went down. Then he got dropped. I mean, he got dropped.
He got
He came
rocked,
back up and
dropped,
tried.
got up,
Yep.
dropped, but he was on him though, and he got the
Yeah.
KO, the TKO, I should say.
Hmm.
So it was listen, man, he's a good prospect because he's young. Everybody's kind of was touting him because he was coming and kind of he has the looks, he has the mouthpiece, like his style, he can talk. So they were looking at more of a McGregor because he was like right at the aftermath of McGregor's kind of reign, right? Shit talking and all of that. And as soon as he did that with as soon as he did that with Cowboy Cerrone kicked the shit out of his head and he told him, sit your ass down, go to sleep. But after that, he had like a couple of losing. I think he had a losing streak, if I'm not mistaken. And he is. I
Yeah,
don't see him coming up.
he's fighting. He's fighting a nobody now, so maybe he might get this win. But this is on to the next fight or the next honorable mention, which is definitely not an average fighter. Kevin Holland. Uh, he's gonna.
Okay,
I don't
let's
know
just jump
who's
right
he.
into the main card. Kevin Holland is in the main card, not the prelims, right?
Oh, I thought he was in the prelims or early prelims.
Oh no,
Anyways,
Kevin Holland
the
is
the,
is the
the main
third
ca-
fight of the is actually the third fight of the night on the main card. Let's start with the main card. The main card is actually, first of all, we're talking about UFC Fight Night, Hall versus Silva, which is Uriah Hall versus the legend, the Spider, Anderson Silva. Even though it's 45
so
years old, but we'll talk about it when we get there. But in this main card
sad.
opener, we have Bobby Green versus Thiago Moises. Now, bro, Bobby Green was on a tear. Let's talk about this. Let's give our predictions, and we'll get to Kevin Holland versus. I think his Kevin Holland's opponent is up in the air so far because the last update we had was Mahmoud Muradov, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be that particular. So we'll see. We'll see what who Kevin Holland fight. But for now, it seems like the latest update was the Russian guy, Muradov. But bringing it back to the opener, Bobby Green was on a tear the last, what is he, three fight streak or three winning?
I,
Uh,
I think it's a 3 winning streak, and I think I saw a post by MMA Junkie saying that he might, if he wins this fight, he might break the record for most wins in like the shortest time.
in the
The record
shortest time,
holder
yeah, because
is
he was up against
yeah,
Chimaev, right?
nah, he's up against Agni, actually, the guy who is like begging for a with Kamaev. Like every post that they post, they're like Kamaev is
Yeah,
looking
Neil
for an
Magny.
opponent. He's like I'm gonna. He commented I'm gonna, whether it's or middleweight, but they're not pushing that fight. Anyways, um, Neil Magny has the record for the time for like I don't know a lot of wins.
For
It's
like a 3 or 4
188
winning
days.
streak.
Yeah, maybe like short period of time. It's 108 days, if I'm not mistaken. And Bobby Green, if he wins this fight, I think he might tie him or he might break the record.
No, I
I
think
can't
I think
remember
he's
the
gonna break
post,
the record
but
because they were like, the UFC always talks about stats, right? Oh, the most wins, the most strikes, the most. They just want to put numbers up there. So I think Bobby Green's the way they're selling this fight is just that Bobby Green's winning streak is gonna be set a record. But let's talk a little bit about Thiago Moises, man. He is not a walk in the park. I'm not saying Bobby Green
so.
is not looking phenomenal in the last three fights. His flow is crazy. His combination flow, his rolling with the punches, man, it feels like he's just he's in the zone once like the last three fights, right? But for me, Thiago Moises is not a walk in the park, and it's gonna be a good challenge, right? To see or bring out the Thiago Kevin or what's his name, Bobby Green's skills, right? So
Mhm.
last fight Thiago Moises had was with Michael Johnson, and he won by submission. So you got to remember this guy is a jiu-jitsu guy. Bobby Green is really jiu-jitsu. We saw him look amazing in the last fight. Did you see what the way he was countering? What's
Nick
that kid's name,
Diaz.
bro? What?
Bobby Green is from Nick Diaz army, man. Of course he's good at
And
jiu-jitsu. And his striking is
striking him,
absolutely
bro.
phenomenal
That's
with
why I'm
his like
telling you, he's in the zone.
shoulder roll and
I remember that
mm.
I'm trying to see
I actually
Alan
remember the
Alan
fight.
Alan Patrick. Alan Patrick. Remember he was the Brazilian kid. He was coming
The
back
Brazilian kid.
from a long layoff, and he
Mm.
was a jiu-jitsu wizard. And bro, he couldn't even get Bobby Green down on the ground or even threaten him, bro. This guy was he was Nick Diaz army, bro. The jiu-jitsu is
He
on.
was he was he was he popping back just as
Yeah,
soon as he takes him down. He was like it's nothing. All of that work, takedown, it was all as soon as he takes
just
him down.
pops right back up and
Sorry.
defended a lot of submission threats. Bobby Green defended a lot of Patrick's submission
And
attempts,
he
right?
threaded and he stopped a lot he stuffed a lot of takedowns, not just having it but also like threatening a guillotine and then
Oh yeah,
abandoning it as soon
yeah,
as he
yeah,
gets off. Like so
absolutely.
very smart.
So Bobby Green versus Thiago Moises, bro, like a grappler versus a guy who in the last three fights seems to be and showing the experience in all aspects of the mixed martial arts game, whether it's ground, whether it's striking, combination, composure, conditioning, the gas tank. Bro, Bobby Green looks phenomenal. So I'm really, really excited to see this fight. It's gonna definitely be, I think, a more of a grappling approach. So my prediction for this fight is definitely going to be just because of the confidence that he's carrying coming into this fight. I got Bobby Green winning by decision. Pretty much, he pulled up the decisions the last three fights, and I got Bobby Green
Mhm.
going the full 3 rounds with Thiago Moises and getting a unanimous decision, not a split decision, unanimous.
I'm gonna go Bobby Green TKO second.
TKO second round. Interesting. I like that. Striking definitely is
Because
there.
I don't think Moyes is that well versed in striking. Obviously, he's an MMA fighter, like he has striking, but Bobby Green is on the level. And now, like judging from his last fight, the way he was stuffing downs, the way he was threatening submissions just to get off, like he's he's a new level. Like he got tired of losing decisions and like
Exactly.
the new
And
Bobby
split
Green
decision.
after retirement. After out of retirement, he's on a new level.
Hey man, I see this. I see it. And okay, I see that that prediction or how would that happen. Next fight on the main card is a heavyweight bout. Maurice Green versus Greg Hardy, the Prince of Darkness or Prince of Destruction, whatever this
The
motherfucker
Prince of
asshole
the
fucking.
Prince
I
of
don't like
he
his personality, bro. I don't
he
like what he's
almost
doing.
he almost almost he almost became. I saw a post by MMA Junkie. He
Yeah.
almost became the first heavyweight to miss Like he almost
To
missed
miss
weight. Like
weight
he came
as a heavyweight.
to miss weight. He came in at 266, or I think 266, and
Oh
they
my
gave him
God,
an
you're
hour,
a loser,
and
bro.
then he came he came back and waited at 264. And bro, the way he was waiting, I was like, bro, he's tensing up his abs and everything. I'm like, come on, man, you're just gonna embarrass yourself even more by
Bro,
being the
we
first
saw him
heavyweight
every
to
fight. He has
miss.
something. Last time it was, well, the first time it was an
But
illegal
I
knee.
get he gave my respect after the fight with what's his name, Alexander Volkov. He went into Russia or notice. He stood toe to toe with Volkov until the last fifth round, and I think it was I don't know if it was five. It was a event, but I don't know if it
Bro,
was
isn't it
5 rounds
the
or
same
three
fight
rounds.
where he
But
used an
he's
inhaler in the middle of the fucking fight or in between rounds? That's the same
maybe
fight, no?
maybe I can
Yo, this guy's like,
maybe
I'm telling you,
I don't know.
this guy's fucked up. First time, illegal knee. Second, you're taking inhalers and saying, oh, it's USADA approved. Remember that shit? This motherfucker was like, he's looking straight at the guy and telling him, USADA approved. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck are you doing, man? I just, okay, I'll give you that. His game is developing. Everybody gives him the excuse that he's new. But let me just kind of give him his props. The motherfucker got knockout power. Let's just keep it real, right? He has power
Absolutely.
because he is an athlete. He used to be a football player, right? Now,
He used to
is his game
he
developing?
beat a woman.
Was that?
He beat a woman.
That's
He
why he
used to
lost his
his
fucking
girlfriend.
professional. What was he? A footballer or like an American footballer? He's a fucking woman
Yep.
beater, bro. But honestly, most situations like this, it's all about anger and aggression. And I feel like he left
Yeah.
football, went into the right sport. You want to be a woman beater? Come fight with men that they're gonna whoop your fucking ass. But so far, he's been knocking motherfuckers out. It's like, I think he's gonna have this. You know, the Floyd Mayweather stinge that's always been there with him. Even though Floyd Mayweather is a great boxer, amazing, the best and greatest of all time defensive boxer. He's 50-0 and all of that. But every time people bring up that he has domestic violence, he had that he's a woman beater, so on and so forth, right? Because
that stain, yeah.
exactly. But it's not really a stain because I don't think he was convicted. Maybe he was. I'm not sure. But the point is, it's kind of like it's an aura. It's a funky garbage aura around you. No matter how clean you get, no matter how far you go from the sport, right? So I think Greg Hardy's dealing with that. Everybody's hating on him, right? Where
he lost his last fight with Volkov, right? I said he stood toe to toe with him, but I think he lost the decision to Volkov.
Decision. I know it was a decision.
It was in Russia. I remember it. It was I think like a fight night. It was in Russia and it was short notice, but I think he lost his last. He performed well, but
I
he
guess he
rocked
lost the
Volkov and
decision.
everything.
Is that what you mean?
Yep. I mean, like he performed well, but I think he lost the decision. And this fight is with the wrong guy, man. Morris Green, bro. This guy, I remember him from The Ultimate Fighter, man. He was
no. The last fight he had, Greg, was with that yeah. I remember this Jorgen de Castro. Remember that Portuguese kid? Looks
the the one who carries the Portugal flag and I
so
don't know,
Brazilian
another
or
country
Portuguese,
flag.
but Greg Hardy won by decision, 3 rounds. That's it. That's what's showing in terms of his last. That was May 9th. I think that's his last fight. The one you're talking about is I think where he fucked up and used the inhaler. That's when that's the one. Because I remember this. It kind of missed my. It kind of like slipped my mind in terms of the De Castro fight because I remember it where they stood toe to toe. He did good. He got the round. He got the decision. But to be honest, Maurice Green, bro, motherfucker is a beast. Last fucking win was by submission. I mean, he lost to who was he? The boa constructor? Oleanic or whatever his name is. What was that guy's name?
Only Alexei Olenek. Yep.
Yep. So his last fight, he won by submission against Gian Vellante. And before that, he lost by submission to Olenek, the boa constructor. So Maurice Green is a beast, but I think he also came from Dana White's Contender Series, right? Similar to Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
So
And like the way he was there, man, I was embarrassed for him, man. Like he would knock people training. He would do all of the
that's what I'm saying,
everything.
bro.
As soon as they go back to the house, he walks into the cabinet, the liquor cabinet. He takes up, he drinks liquor. He starts fighting everyone, man. Like he's like, and he didn't do it like it wasn't like a one-off
angry
thing.
drunk. Yeah.
It was throughout the season, man. It was embarrassing. I'm like, this guy,
But
man.
that's
Like,
I'm telling you, bro.
the way he got,
you
the way
expect
he
fighters
lost.
to be right in the mind? Are you fucking serious right now? It's like they're fighting.
Nah, he's like he said he was like a, I don't know, what you call it, a truck driver, and he had drinking
trucker,
issues,
yeah.
and he came to MMA to fix up and everything. But bro, he was doing great at training, but outside of training, but now judging from his last fight, man, he got submission game now. So you don't know. You might get scared from Greg Hardy and just take him down.
If you focus that anger to the right, fucking use it in the right, like use the right channel for it and channel it, man, you could become a world champion and make money. But it's a great matchup, right? Both of them great heavyweights. Both of them coming from relatively new to the UFC in their MMA career. Knockout artist, yes, there is. Now, what I would say is, I would give conditioning more to Greg Hardy because he comes from the football world. That's his
with the inhaler, with the inhaler or without the.
Because if he adjusts, he's gonna be good. I genuinely think he's stupid. I really think he genuinely did not know, and he thought it was a sport inhaler. He's like, let me just take. Come on, man. But with the right guidance, right training, I think Greg Hardy is gonna do great. And in this particular fight, I'm gonna give it to Maurice Green knockout, bro. First round knockout. Let's just keep it because Greg Hardy is reckless.
That's not. I don't. That's kind of far fetched because first round, I would say TKO second round because I don't think he's gonna Maurice Green.
Yeah,
like Greg Hardy can knock him out, but you know what? I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna say Maurice Green submission second round because like he might just fall in love with jiu-jitsu just like his last fight. It won him. It did him good, and he might get not scared or intimidated from the power of Greg Hardy. Take him down and control him there, and just submit him.
I think if there's any chance for Greg Hardy to win, I think it's gonna be the same decision. If he might be durable, he might run around, he might play it safe, and maybe if he develops his game right. So I think, for me, most probably Maurice Green is the winner. But I guess between me and you, it's either going to be a first-round knockout or a second-round submission. Good stuff. All right, so let's jump right into even though he's an honorable mention, because we're not sure of who his opponent is going to be, the third fight of the night is going to be Kevin Holland for now versus Mahmoud Muradov. And I don't know shit about this Muradov nigga.
Maybe it's his debut.
No, well, his MMA record is 24-6. But maybe speaking of Kevin Holland, bro, Kevin Holland is definitely, he's raw talent, right? What did you call him last time? A wushu or something fighter? I guess he turned out
it's kung fu. It's kung fu, right? I got it right. The way he does his thing. He does his kind of
His little,
salute.
yep. What is
And
it,
he's sharp, man.
bro?
He's sharp with his hands. He is very sharp, man.
Very, very sharp, right? Striker. Come on, kung fu, right? So he's definitely, his background is striking, but also his clinch game is amazing. Last fight he had with Darren Stewart, because Darren Stewart's power was definitely a factor. He didn't want to get knocked the fuck out. Kevin Holland was clinching a lot, right? He was doing a lot of body work, like just hitting him, touching him in his body, and then trying to slow the dentist down, right? Darren Stewart. But I definitely think he did not gas out. His clinch game was definitely good. It was there. Now, was it a close fight? Absolutely. Because I remember Darren Stewart going like, "Come on, Kevin! Come on, Kevin!"
Yes, it
In the last fight, grounding, pounding him, and yelling at him, "Come on, Kevin!" So I definitely think he did enough work in the first and second, the Darren Stewart fight, where Darren picked it up on the last half of the second and the third. But did he actually show a dominant performance? Absolutely not. Does he have room to grow? I definitely think Kevin Holland.
I think he learned. I think he learned from his last fight with the one before the dentist with Buckley. The way he knocked out, before he knocked out Buckley clean with that shot, bro. What Buckley was, bro. He caught him many times. He almost rocked him, man. Like Kevin Holland was like, "Oh, okay, I can." He could take a punch, but he didn't clinch with Buckley. He was like, okay, I can take it. He was talking smack. Oh, okay. He was pushing him, cutting angles, and boom, he caught him, knocked him the fuck out. But with Stewart, he was like, he's not short like Buckley, and like he's his height or even a bit taller. So he was like, I'm gonna clinch the hell out of him.
Yeah, but you gotta factor in the reach. Kevin Holland got a reach on him, right?
Absolutely.
Got long limbs, long legs. So it's smart for him to fight a shorter, stronger knockout power having fighter from the outside. But with Darren Stewart is more muscular. He's more power in his arm rather than in his back, right? So what he decided to do is like, let me try to pepper him from the outside, but also the knockout technique. Darren Stewart's most of his knockouts are not jab or upper. It's more haymakers. It's an it's an overhand right or an overhand left. But for him, it's smart to just smother him. Like, no, bro, let me take the power away from you, right? So Kevin Holland has a good coaching. Let's see, good coaches or game plan, or he's amazing at following game plans. If you're gonna see different approaches from one fight to another, that's a smart fighter. I definitely I give the win to Kevin Holland, but I'm definitely I'm interested to see if it's going to be a decision or it's going to be a knockout, right? So I'm going to just give it that way. I say Kevin Holland's going to win, but interested to see how.
I'm not gonna give a prediction because like it's not fair for the other guy because you said two guys, right? You said they're not
original
decided.
fight was Muradov, Mahmoud Muradov, and then the other, I think it was Ian Charlie
Ian. Ian.
His name is Charlie. We'll just say the other guy's name is Charlie. So it's either Charlie.
As soon as he said Ian, I was like, Ian Kutilaba. He just got knocked out. What do you mean he's gonna fight
last weekend, bro?
So it's not fair for the guy. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna give a prediction.
Okay. I respect that. Moving to the co-main event of the evening. Amazing, and I'm expecting crazy pace and technique. Bryce Mitchell versus Andre Feely. Andre Touchy Feely. So definitely a great matchup right here, right? So essentially we're looking at a featherweight bout. And these particular two, bro, they already are known for their techniques. Now, winning streaks, okay, we're going to say it was interrupted for both, but that I just take it as experience, right? That just builds up the skill and experience. And with a record like 21-7 for Andre Feely, you know the experience is there, right? Where versus a Bryce Mitchell, which comes in at 13-1. So he only had one defeat in his MMA career. So that kind of tells you a lot about this fight. Bryce Mitchell coming in from his first loss and trying to kind of regain that confidence. So we're gonna see a champion bounce back, and then we're gonna
No,
see.
I think he won his last fight. It was like it was
I
a
mean, in
twister,
his
no?
record.
It was a twister. Ah, his record.
Yeah, his record is 13-1, right? So he's bouncing back definitely. But let's see. Give me 1 second here. Last fight, yes, Charles Rosa. So he was on a winning streak. This boy is killing.
Bro, I think his last fight was the twister, right? Or was it a decision?
Nah, last fight was a decision. The fight before that, on the Overeem and Rosenstreet card, he got a submission against.
He got the twister.
I think so.
He did the twister and he submitted him with the twister, and his last fight, the one he won by decision, he almost did a twister on Rosa. Like he almost got it, but he did it. I think
hey man, I'm telling you though, in a way he's a well-rounded fighter, right? In terms of his ground game versus as well as his striking, and he always fights in the pocket. Bro, I respect the featherweights are featherweights, bantamweights, you know what we're expecting. Fast-paced, action-packed fight, right? And Andre Fili is no slouch as well on the ground, but we also know his knockout power. Even though he's a featherweight, he has the striking skills, and he's knocked out a couple of people before, right? So Andre,
his last fight was with what's his name? The Canadian guy, Charles Jourdain.
Charles Jourdain, and Andre Fili won by decision.
Yep, that fight.
The one before that, if you remember, with our Niger boy, Yusuf Siddiqui. That motherfucker hits hard as well, bro. And they both went in on it. And Siddiqui won, bro. Yeah. He knocked him the fuck out. Sorry, decision.
You can't go with it. He decisioned it, but I think he dropped him a couple of times. But
they dropped each other.
The fight with Charles Jourdain, it was absolutely crazy. It was in the pocket. Definitely. Both of them caught each other. It was beautiful.
Listen, but that's the type of fight that at the end you're like, whew, at the end of every round, you feel like you were in the fight with them. That's just featherweight, bantamweight action, right? I like that. I like the matchup. Now, in terms of this is a hard one. In terms of a prediction, if we're gonna say between Andre Fili and Bryce Mitchell, I will say I'll give it submission for Bryce Mitchell, second round. That's mine,
bro. Andre Fili, he hails from Alpha Male.
I understand
the Alpha Male guy, bro. If it's a guillotine, he knows how to escape it. If it's a choke, he will.
But that's why I'm saying second round. I'm taking it as the first round. They're gonna both feel each other out, right? It's not a rematch. They never fought. So if the feeling out process goes through, I believe Bryce Mitchell is gonna try to switch it up. And you know how his fighting style is. He'll strike with you. He'll switch up to the ground. He'll try to wrestle you. He puts the pace and the work on the opponent, right? And Fili, I think his fight with Siddiqui kind of gives us a window into or an idea into how does he deal with fast pace, knockout power having as well as striking or stuffing down wrestling kind of skills having fighters. Andre Fili tends to gas out. We saw how how Siddiqui got the decision on him, bro. Go back into that fight.
But with Jourdain, with his last fight, he went to the last minute, bro. To the last second, he went toe to toe with Jourdain, and Jourdain is absolutely stupid. He jumps jumping knees, elbows. He does everything, man.
Okay, all right. So what's your prediction?
I'll say he wins, but as a decision. Like Fili wins, and he wins by a decision because Bryce Mitchell
wins decision. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I see that though. I see what you're talking about in terms of Andre Fili decision over if he maintains a game plan, right? But it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be definitely an action-packed fight, right? Now, definitely an amazing co-main event and a great co-main to the main event, Uriah Hall versus which we're hearing the Spider Anderson Silva is this is going to be his last fight on the UFC. Now, I think he's going to go to Bellator or some shit like that, even though he's 45. But let's kind of break this down. Who do you got? Uriah Hall, Anderson Silva, and why?
I got disappointment. That's what I got. I don't want this fight to happen because I was rooting for like Uriah Hall since Ultimate Fighter for him to become a champion and everything, but he kept on like being hot and cold, getting a win, getting the loss. Yep. And Anderson Silva, man, he should have just retired after
The Cannoneer, maybe the Cannoneer
say
fight.
not the Cannoneer. I think the Cannoneer, it was in Curitiba, Brazil, and he said he wants his last fight to be in his hometown, but he didn't retire. And he didn't retire. So I was like, come on, man. Like with Uriah
he didn't
Hall.
retire. I think what was it? The last fight was with Cannoneer, or did he have a fight in between that? No. Anderson Silva's last fight was Jared. That's when he injured his not injured, but Jared Cannonier's kicks broke Anderson Silva's leg. Yeah, last fight was Jared Cannonier, and before that is Israel Adesanya. So let's not take away.
He almost fought. He fought.
He fought who?
Almost fought Anthony Pettis, Showtime Pettis.
Yeah, I've heard that it was in the works, right?
Yeah, but it didn't happen. So with the Uriah Hall, man, come on.
Give us a breakdown first of all, because Anthony Pettis versus Anderson Silva is a great matchup, but a little different setting. But if we're talking about Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silva, Uriah Hall is a crazy striker, and the thing I want to give credit to Anderson Silva is he's 40-something-year-old and he's fighting the elite of the division. Israel Adesanya is no walk in the park, right? Israel wanted that fight, but Anderson Silva said, "Let's go." Jared Cannonier, a threat in the division, right? They matched him up against Anderson Silva. He lost both. Now I'm with you. You don't want to see the legends go out on a stretcher. You don't want to see them go out on their back. You want to see them kind of pretty much go out with their glory, right? In their glory. But let me tell you something. Anderson Silva's striking skills, when it's striking, it's any man's game as long as no one makes a mistake. Right? It's anyone's game it's anyone's game if somebody makes a mistake. That's all the striking is. A striking matchup is capitalizing on each other's mistakes. So it could be anyone's game. But if we're gonna talk about game plan, I definitely think Uriah Hall is better adapted and executing a game plan better than Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva just utilizes really his experience, right? His skill. And he's having fun there. So he's engaging with the fighter. He's like, he's a counter striker. So he's waiting for what you will give him. Uriah Hall definitely a person that is a great, phenomenal striker, but knows how to execute a game plan as well, right? So with that being said, for me, I predict the main event will be an upset where I want to be nostalgic and say Anderson Silva is going to win and just kind of go crazy with it. But let's keep it real. And Uriah Hall has been knocked out before, and he's susceptible to being knocked out, right? However it is, whether it's Paulo Costa hurting him, whether it's all of the other historically in his career, right? I would definitely say Anderson Silva has a chance of catching Uriah Hall, right? Now, if we're going to talk about game plan, damn, if Uriah Hall comes with the Jared Cannonier game plan, it's over for Anderson Silva, which is attacking his legs. Anderson Silva's legs are skinny, bro. They don't have muscles on them. They're not strong. They're not big legs. He doesn't have strong legs where he can absorb strikes, especially from strong strikers. And when I say strong, powerful leg kicks like Cannonier, and Uriah Hall has that. So I would definitely say, if we're talking about a prediction in terms of a knockout, it's anyone's game. But if we're going to talk about an outcome, I will definitely say Uriah Hall wins. That's definitely my prediction in terms of winning. But I'm excited to see it again. It's like I can't just be nostalgic and say Anderson Silva, but I'm sure Anderson Silva is going to come to play. But age is a factor. He's coming back from an injury, and those knee and leg injuries, they could be re-injured just like that. And we know that Uriah Hall executes game plans amazingly. And I would say Uriah Hall wins second round. Let me just put it out there.
Second round, what?
Second round TKO.
I would
If
say
he follows a game plan with the legs, it's done for Anderson Silva. I'm telling you.
I would say obviously Uriah Hall will win, but I hope that he would just be respectful and just play with Anderson Silva and win with points and just like get a decision.
Just
Not
like the
just
Israel Adesanya fight.
Yep, not like want to destroy him and like just like he fought with Gegard Mousasi, spinning back kick from out of nowhere, just knock him out.
Knock
So
him the
hopefully,
fuck out.
so hopefully, like he's gonna win, but I would say decision. Uriah Hall decision.
Decision. I like that.
I'm not counting out. I'm not counting out Anderson Silva.
Let's keep it real. We're both counting
win.
him out, man.
I'm saying he can win. I'm saying he can win, but if he wins, it will be like let's say a split decision or something like out far-fetched, like not in a dominant fashion.
Got you.
I'm not gonna say that Anderson Silva's gonna
I'm with you. I get that. I understand how did you come up with this particular prediction, but you never know. That's the beauty of the fight game, right? It might be somebody's night off and somebody's night on, and they pretty much defeat the odds, right? I like that. And just kind of to wrap this prediction up, let me throw an honorable reaction to Douglas Lima versus
I haven't watched it yet. I know who won, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, no spoilers. All right. Okay.
I know who won. Like
okay.
Musasi won.
So Musasi got it, bro. But it was a boring fight, man. It was a boring fight. Like watch it.
Because like Musasi destroys welterweights. He destroys welterweights. He did it to what's his name? The former champion, former welterweight champion.
Former welterweight champion? Who you talking about?
Faraz Sahabi guy, the Canadian guy. Faraz Sahabi.
Oh, George St. Pierre? No.
Nah, man. Rory McDonald.
Oh, you're talking about in Bellator. Oh, I thought it was UFC. I'm like, who are you talking about? Yeah,
Bellator, like he went up to challenge Gegard Mousasi to get like his belt, but he stopped the floor with Rory McDonald. And with Lima, I didn't watch the fight yet, but I saw a statement by Lima saying that he was like a bit gun shy and he didn't throw a lot of strikes until late in the fight. And he said,
"Watch it. Yep. It was a little bit of a anticlimactic fight or ending, but he deserved it. Mousasi deserved it. Watch the fight and we'll mention it later. But anyways, Brad, let's wrap this up. That's the prediction for UFC ESPN. What is it? 13, 14, or Fight Night? Uriah Hall.
Let's just say Uriah Hall versus Anderson. That's it. Or versus they always switch it up.
Fuck out of us. So definitely an interesting fight. The legend is back. The Spider, Anderson Silva, this weekend. UFC on ESPN Plus. Fight Night. Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silva. Make sure that everybody go and check that shit out. And anything else you want to add before we wrap this up, bro?
That's it. Hopefully Silva makes it all well and healthy to the last fight and just goes out healthy.
Let's
Just
see.
like
Let's
leave
see.
leave the sport healthy. And
Hey,
that's it.
bro, this is a fight game. If you
Mhm.
scared, go to church, nigga. Yo, bro.
Other-
Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you, bro, for always sharing your advanced MMA casual fan expertise. And until the next time, Jeganu in the building.
Jeganu MMA. Peace.